Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Graceful Living, and welcome if you are new. We are going to dive right into today's video. As you can see, I have already started some beautiful dough in the bread maker this morning that will soon turn into the most delicious pumpkin spice cinnamon rolls. And now I am moving on to mixing up some incredibly moist and cream-filled cupcakes that will be topped off with a delicious buttercream frosting. Plus, I thought I would even add in a quick and easy fall soup that we all really enjoy. So if any of this sounds yummy to you, I encourage you to stick around and follow along as I create some amazing goodness here in our kitchen. Now, if I am not going to be making a cake mix from scratch, I always like to add in a few extra ingredients that I have learned over the years really helps to make a store-bought cake mix a little extra special. You can choose from any cake mix you so desire, and then what I do is I add in a whole cup of oil, 4 eggs, about a cup of sour cream, a half a cup of heavy whipping cream, and a small pudding box of my choice. Today, I am using a chocolate fudge cake mix and a small box of chocolate pudding. Obviously, I am not an expert in the kitchen, and as most of you already know, I do not have a lot of patience when it comes to getting things done. So I simply pour it all into a bowl and mix it up. Once everything is mixed thoroughly, you will be left with a rich, thick, and amazing looking batter. It will not be the normal runny consistency at all. One of my favorite things about baking is the fact that I have so many baking pans and utensils from my parents' restaurant. So they might not be bright and shiny, but they sure do hold tons and tons of memories. Now my oven was preheated to 350 degrees, but I just wanted to let you know that these cupcakes do need to bake a little longer than the normal recipe on the back of the box. So I check mine at 14 minutes and then just do 2-minute intervals until I think they are done. Now on to my buttercream frosting. Today I used 1 cup of butter to 1 cup of cream cheese that I softened just a touch in the microwave, and then I did end up adding 2 pounds of powdered sugar to the mixture as well. I am leaving it plain for now, but later on we'll end up adding something to it for the cinnamon rolls. Anytime I go to fill my piping bag, I use a simple tumbler to help me keep it in place while I do. Now looking back, I probably could have thinned the frosting out just a touch, but I knew I would be delivering some to Shell and I just didn't want them melting on her. Moving on to my bread dough, this is just a simple white bread recipe that has been in the family for years and years. I will have something linked down below for you in the description box. Now I am going to roll it all out into a rectangle of sorts and then begin adding in all the delicious fillings. Now I came up with this idea a few years back after Shell sent me a picture of some beautiful pumpkin flavored cinnamon rolls, and they have been a favorite ever since. Once the rolling begins, the mess does too. This recipe can get quite messy because of the pie filling, but if you are slow and very careful, it shouldn't be too bad. And it is so worth it in the end. Once I get it all rolled up, I try to make sure that the seal is nice and secure, and then I do use my scraper for the first 2 cuts to kind of seal off the ends before making the rest with just some plain floss. Now that they are all cut and transferred over to a cookie sheet, I will cover them up and let them rise a little once again. Next, I'm going to try and come up with some sort of concoction to fill my cupcakes with. I told Shell I wasn't sure what they were going to taste like because I kept tossing things into the bowl, but they were a hit with her and her coworkers and with our little family as well. I ended up adding in about half a jar of marshmallow cream with a drizzle of heavy cream just to help break it down and create a very creamy texture. And then to cut down the sweetness, I added in 4 ounces of cream cheese and mixed it all together until it was nice and smooth. I then spooned all of the mixture into a sandwich baggie, cut the end off, and filled in my cupcakes. The next step was to top it off with some of that rich buttercream. Yes, These are full of yummy goodness, and we're going to top them off in just a second. As many of you know, one of my favorite things to make are cupcakes. So collecting and having on hand little goodies to top them off with is a must. I feel like your imagination can just run wild when you create cupcakes. Now that the cinnamon rolls are done and cooled, I can move on to topping them off as well. I did bake them at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. With our leftover frosting, I'm simply going to spoon in a not so measured amount of pumpkin spice to spread across the tops of the rolls, and they will be complete and completely delicious. For my next recipe, this is a very simple, but yet again, oh so delicious and creamy taco soup. I started off by browning a little over 2 pounds of ground beef. Once that is done and drained, I will move on to adding in a few different ingredients that makes this a favorite around here. Ronnie and Josiah really like to use it as a nacho topper, so that is exactly what I will do for Ronnie this evening. I will begin by adding in my diced tomatoes and then fill that can with water to add to the pot as well. Next, 2 teaspoons of beef bouillon and my normal 15 shakes of garlic powder plus 1 packet of taco seasoning. Once I get that all stirred in, I will add in a block of cream cheese and half a cup of heavy cream, to which I did add 1 teaspoon of cornstarch to help to thicken the consistency, and that is it. It is easy, simple ingredients, and it's fast. When I spoke to Ronnie earlier about dinner, he had mentioned a salad, so I'm making some ranch dressing for that, and then I will get to cutting up some veggies for the salad. Now, I have to tell you, I have come across the best containers for keeping food fresh. I will definitely link them down below in my description box for you. I really think you will love them and not be disappointed. Now, I do need to get working on putting my Amazon store together so I can have you visit that, but I have been so busy as of late and just haven't got around to figuring that out. But soon, hopefully, I will have my very own Amazon store down in my description box where all kinds of things will be linked, and you can visit that and purchase as you please. When I make nachos around here, most often than not, it is done just like this. I layer foil, chips, cheese, and under the broiler it goes for a few minutes to melt the cheese and toast the chips. Then I serve it right on the foil atop a plate and top it off with all sorts of goodness. But tonight, Ronnie requested a salad, so they are kind of bare, but very delicious nonetheless. Dear friends, we have come to the end of the video, and I am so thankful that you came along with me, and I really do hope that you enjoyed each and every recipe. But before you go, I thought I would share with you a few changes I did here in the kitchen just the other day. I was to the point where I wanted to kind of rid the space of fall, but not yet transition into Christmas. So I knew a small change was what I needed to make me happy and calm. Now I know in life not all changes are happy, but the longer that I live, I have come to find that change is definitely a constant in this thing we call life. So I guess in knowing that, no matter the feeling that comes with change, if you are going through a change right now, we can rest assured that it is only temporary. But there is one thing that lasts forever and never changes. Psalms 102:27 declares to us, "But you remain the same, and your years will never end. For that, I am forever thankful." Friends, I just want to again thank you for being so faithful to my channel, for being such a constant love and supporter of it and of me. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video and maybe found some inspiration for a couple desserts or a creamy taco soup. Until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. Remember to stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.